Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host, the Hut, and welcome back to the Baseball Hut, and hopefully you like this video. And, I would mention before we get started, I'll be very busy tomorrow and Sunday, so I'm going to do the best I can to get video out to you. I try to let you know, my subscribers, my loyal subscribers, to know that there'll be videos out. I don't know when. I expect some movement here in the next few days until Monday, because obviously Christmas is coming up on Wednesday. So I will do the best I can to get videos out to you for today and tomorrow. Tomorrow and Sunday. But we'll see what happens. So as you know, on Friday, Christian Walker signed with the Astros for a 3-year, $60 million contract, which in a lot of ways I'm surprised he didn't get more money. I thought he would have got more money because it's about that he took less than on the qualifying offer for 1 year. I guess it was a little over, close to $21 million. So I guess he wanted to have more years than he did the money, I guess. So, I mean, the Astros are going to be a good team again, not nearly as good as they were. It clearly signifies the end of Alex Bregman with the Houston Astros. It'll be interesting to see where he goes. Interesting, because I was predicting that he was going to go back there, but obviously I don't want to give him and don't have the appetite to give anybody an 8-year contract at this moment. And but what's interesting about Walker signing is a lot of rumors popped up with the Mets. Obviously, the first base market has sort of loosened up a little bit, because Walker was one of the 3 big first basemen that are on the market this year, including, of course, Pete Alonso and Paul Goldschmidt. Paul Goldschmidt's actually the first time he's ever been a free agent, too, by the way, and so is Christian Walker. So we got, and Pete, and you got these 3 guys. There are other guys in the market, Carlos Santana, I think that guy's going to go to the Yankees. Just reading things and stuff. From what I heard last week, that Christian Walker was probably going to sign with the Yankees, and that brainiac, that brain there in the Bronx, Brian Cashman, thought it wasn't a good idea to give him a contract when he had a qualifying offer to him. Because he didn't want to give up a draft pick, I guess. I don't. But he didn't do that. But anyway, signed with Houston. Now we have these 2 other players that are really good first basemen. One is probably a future Hall of Famer right now, and Paul Goldschmidt. And Pete Alonso he's on the way if he could stay healthy and continues his production. Paul Goldschmidt. He's not the player that he once was in 2022 when he won the MVP. We all know that. What kind of years are we looking at with him? He's going to want a 2-year deal. I before I came on doing this video, I was thinking that he's probably going to want a 2-year contract from some team. I don't think he's going to want a 1-year deal. I really don't. And do you want Paul Goldschmidt, who's 38 years old, with 2 years on a contract, when you have Pete Alonso out there and you sign him for 4 years or 5 years or 6 years? Let me read you a couple of things. Just to give you an idea what's going on here. This is from the first one, Mets showing interest in Paul Goldschmidt. Bob Nightingale of USA Today reported Friday that the Mets have engaged in discussions with Paul Goldschmidt. This comes on the heel of Christian Walker agreeing to a 3-year, $60 million contract with the Houston Astros. Nightingale added that the New York Yankees, Seattle Mariners, San Francisco Giants, and Washington Nationals are also interested in Goldschmidt. As Steve Cohen said recently, the Mets are still engaged with Pete Alonso. I mean, we know that. I mean, that's going to go down to the very wire. A 7-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glover, and 5-time Silver Slugger Award winner, Goldschmidt won the National League MVP in 2022, St. Louis Cardinals, but has seen his performance declining significantly over the past 2 years. 2024 was the worst campaign of the 37-year-old's career. Now, his defense is still good. Defensively, Goldschmidt, great. You can check out the offensive numbers on Baseball Reference. Defensively, Goldschmidt graded out as a league average first baseman, with 0 defensive runs saved and 0 OAA. MLB Trade Rumors projects him to receive a 1-year deal worth $15 million. I think he's going to want 2 years. I don't believe that. I think he's going to want 2 years. Okay. It's from SI.com. Mets engaged in talks with first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. New York Mets are reportedly looking at a potential backup plan at first base if Pete Alonso departs on free agency. Now, this free agency, he's the most unwanted player in baseball. What is going on with Pete Alonso? I mean, I know polar bears are not the friendliest, most cuddliest animals on the planet, but Jesus. According to Bob, we talked about his part of this video. An increasing number of observers believe the Mets are destined for a reunion with the free agent Alonso, but Goldschmidt is among the top backup plans on the market, especially with Christian Walker inking a new deal with the Houston Nationals on Friday. Goldschmidt, who turned 37 in September, hit .245 with 22 homers and 65 runs batted in, and during his 5th season as a Redbird. While all those numbers were full season lows for the former Arizona Diamondback, they would have ranked 5th, and 6th, respectively, among last year's Mets regulars. Any Goldschmidt deal would likely be a short one-year stopgap affair, but he clearly carries some lingering value. The 5-time Gold Glove Award winner is just 2 seasons removed from winning the MVP and has smacked 113 home runs since 2021, 18th most in the majors in that span. Now, his OPS plus was 98. Of course, as you know, 100 is considered average by all standards in major leagues. That is not good. This is not good for me, to be honest with you. I love Paul Goldschmidt. Goldie's a great player. He is a future Hall of Famer. Okay? His wins above replacement as an everyday player is higher than Gil Hodges, Tony Perez, Orlando Cepeda. All 3 of them have lower WARs, and they're all in the Hall of Fame. His WAR is higher than Dave Parker's. His wins above replacement is higher than Dick Allen, who both just recently, as recent as 2 weeks ago, got into the Hall of Fame. His wins above replacement is a little bit higher than Keith Hernandez's. Keith's not in the Hall of Fame. But those other guys, Hodges, Perez, and Cepeda, were all in the Hall of Fame. So he is a future Hall of Famer. And the fact that he's a two-way player and a guy who's got actually very good speed for his size in his position. He's not what's called, keep calling him a trail horse, a truck horse, you know. So he's a player that has a lot of things going for him, even at his age. But 37 years old, and you're seeing a decline in the production. This story came out, I think, as a way to push Pete to get him back to the table and discuss what's going on and make a deal with the Mets. I think the Mets want him back. I feel he'll be back. He, at this point in his career, is a better player than Goldschmidt. His value to the Mets is highest to the Mets than he is, say, with the Nationals, with the whatever team he would that's interested in the Mariners. His value is highest with the Mets because he has a chance to get 500 home runs or even 400 home runs with the Mets, and that is very that has value if you're with the Mets. If he gets it with another team, it's not a big deal. But with the Mets, it would be a big deal forever. Even if the Mets don't win a World Series with him, there'd be a lot of value to his play, and we know that he has big home runs. We know that. And the reports are that, all likelihood, Pete's going to be back here. And we'll see. But I don't like hearing about Goldschmidt. If this was Goldschmidt 5 years ago, I wouldn't think twice about it. Goldschmidt would be the Mets' first baseman. I wouldn't think twice about it. Because he does everything well. But he's 37, 38 is all. Pete is not. Pete just turned 30. He's got another 4 years of hitting 35 home runs in him, at the very least. And that takes us about 30 times 4 is 120, 360 home runs about. So I'd rather have Pete at this point in his career, to be honest with you. So, but you let me know what you think about this video. And of course, I'll do the best I can to get videos out to you the next few days. Hang tight. I'll get something out to you. And of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut, and I'll see you later.